Hi, you guys. If you want to learn how to make my easy and delicious crispy fish tacos, stay tuned. All right, so the first thing I am going to do is make a super quick and delicious coleslaw. So I'm just using the pre-shredded coleslaw that you can get at your local grocery store, putting that in a bowl along with a little bit of mayo, maybe about a third of a cup of mayo. And I'm also adding in a little bit of sour cream, about a third a cup of sour cream as well. If you like your coleslaw to be lightly dressed, then of course you can scale back on the amount of sour cream and mayo. It's really just a personal preference, so just add in as much or as little as you would like. I'm also seasoning my coleslaw with a little bit of salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, and also some dill. I love dill in my coleslaw, you guys. I'm also adding in a few capfuls of white vinegar. You can add in red wine vinegar. You can add in apple cider vinegar, whatever type of acidic bite that you would like. You can even add in some lemon juice or some lime juice, but I'm just adding in a little bit of just regular white vinegar. So you're going to go ahead and give that a mix. And what we're going to do, of course, in every single cooking video, taste your food as you go. And I just needed to add in just a splash more of vinegar and like 2 dashes of salt, and it was perfect after that. So just going to give it a quick stir one more time, put the lid on, and let that sit in the refrigerator until we are ready to use it. Now I'm going to get started with my fish. I have some cod fillets here. You guys, cod is like one of my favorite fish, especially when I'm doing fish tacos. I love to use cod. I'm just cutting the fillets into nice portions that'll fit perfectly on top of our flour tortillas. Next, I'm going to season this cod up nicely with some salt, some pepper, and some Old Bay. Now on to our batter. I'm going to be using 1 cup of all-purpose flour along with a half cup of cornstarch. I'm going to season this up with some salt, some pepper, some onion powder, some garlic powder, and also some Old Bay as well. I'm also using about a teaspoon and a half or so of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. I'll try to have the rough estimates in my description bar, but you guys know I kind of suck at measuring. I typically don't measure when I cook. I eyeball a lot of times, but I know a lot of people like to have precise measurements when they cook. So I'm trying to do a little bit better with that, you guys. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add in some water, and I'm adding in a little bit at a time because I don't want my batter to be like super loose. So I'm adding in a splashes of water at a time, and I ended up using about a cup and a half of water, but I'm not just pouring it all in at one time. I'm just adding it in gradually until I get to the consistency that I want, which is right here. It's kind of like a pretty much like a pancake batter. It's not too thick and it's not too loose either. All right, so this is perfect right here. You want it to be a nice, smooth consistency. You don't want it to be lumpy and clumpy, okay? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and head over to the stove and fry up our fish. You want to make sure that your oil is at like a medium temperature. You don't want it to be too high because it will brown the batter on the outside of the fish before it gets the chance to cook the inside of the fish properly. So you want your oil at a good medium heat. Dip your fish in the batter just as you saw me do. Let the excess drain off of the fish and then just go ahead and put it in the oil. You also want to make sure that you do this in batches. I have about a a pound, a little over a pound of cod. So you don't want to like overcrowd your pan when you're frying. No matter what you're frying, whether it's fish, chicken, shrimp, whatever you're frying, you don't want to overcrowd your pan because the meat will start to steam and you're not going to get that nice crispy coating that you would like. So you want to work in batches. I only added in about 4 pieces of cod at a time, and when one batch is done, we just go ahead and take those out and fry the next batch. I've said this in previous videos, but when I'm frying, I like to turn whatever the protein is several times during the frying process. I don't like to keep it on one side for too long because it just ends up turning too brown too quickly. So I flip them over several times during the frying process to make sure that whatever the protein is, that it's cooking evenly and it has a nice golden brown evenness on all sides. All right, these look absolutely perfect. So now we're going to take them out and put them on a plate to soak up any excess oil. Now we are ready to plate. So I just have a little bit of yellow rice here along with some black beans, a little bit of avocado, and then we're going to go ahead and plate the star of the show, which are the fish tacos. So I have 2 flour tortillas here that are warmed up. If you want to use corn tortillas for this recipe, you can do that as well. Just use what you like. Some delicious slaw at the bottom and our golden brown crispy delicious cod on the top. And that is it, you guys. These are my easy, delicious, flaky, flavorful, crispy, crunchy fish tacos, you guys. These are so good. These are a family favorite. If you try this recipe, I hope you guys love it thoroughly just as much as we do. It is just so good, y'all. Sometimes the simplest things are like the best things, and I've said that before, but it is so true, y'all. Some coleslaw, some crispy fish inside of a flour tortilla. So simple, but just so good, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share with a friend. And I will see y'all in the next one. Until then, bye.